Okay, our beloveds, so this is our second message of the day because our another refuses to upload the first one. She doesn't like it. It includes too much personal information, so we have been requested to focus more on the global messages and less on using her as an example for today's lesson. So here goes. You are learning how it feels to go within. Your lives have changed so much within this last year as COVID-19 has devastated much of the economic infrastructure, the belief system that you have in ever retiring, or that any sense of normalcy will ever return again to your lives. And it is not so much a cognitive expectation, but more within your subconscious, that your fears are being manifested now, which is that your worst nightmares, your worst thoughts seem to be coming into fruition. So now, why is this? Is it because you are all doomed to die an utterly slow death? Or is it because there is a gift hidden within this slowdown? And we can tell you without a doubt that unless things get vastly worse, and we don't see that at this time on the horizon, you are merely being taught probably one of the more valuable lessons in recent times, and that is to slow down and to go within. The reality is that many of you don't even know how lucky and blessed you are because you are stuck in your own patterns, your own belief systems of what feels good and what doesn't, what feels comfortable and what doesn't. And instead of stepping out of your comfort zone to try to build a life on something new, something real, you are instead shrinking within to a certain extent. And in doing so, you are simply creating more of that same experience, right? So we are asking humanity to step outside of its comfort zone, to actually explore your navel, but with curiosity, utter curiosity. When we send you all gifts, you don't see them as gifts and you reject them as mere conveniences and not as something sacred, and that is fine. But the fact is that when we send you what the universe desires to offer, and you simply walk past it because you're still looking for something outside of yourself, if you will, until you find it within yourself, right? You won't see what is outside of you, because the outside is merely a mirror of what is inside. So what does this mean for you all today? We are talking in code because our another has specifically requested that we not use her as an example today because it doesn't feel good. But the fact is, what you see outside of yourself is merely a reflection of who you are within. And when you can see that what is reflecting back to you is here only to teach you how you really look within yourself, you can then do the inner work of saying, okay, this is where I need to honor myself more, because the outside world is not seeing me as I wish to be seen yet. So instead of looking for other expressions outside of you, as you are wont to do, right? We ask you to once again go within and to say, how can I change myself within? When I see what is mirrored back to me and I don't like it because it does not feel good, how do I internalize the lesson without projecting to the outside world what is wrong with it? And it is not an easy process. And it is a constant refining, because every time you polish yourself, you need to hold it up to the mirror and see what reflects back and assess it and then polish some more within. It is a labor-intensive process to reunite your soul with your body. And what we can tell you is that as the days, weeks, and months move forward, you will find vast changes within your physical bodies, because your physical bodies will begin to change now, as well as your inner bodies. And this is just merely an expression of the energetic shift which has come about to bring dissociation to an end. We wish for humanity to begin to inhabit itself more fully. And so that means as you come more fully into your bodies, you will feel and you will be more real. Now the question is, will you become more love or will you become more pain? And it is up to you to decide this journey, because as you become more fully you, you will have no more excuses, because you will be dissociating less and incorporating your physicality more. And it is going to be very, very painful, because your wounds, your damaged parts of yourselves, they will rub up against your soul. And as your soul fills in to expand into your what we call skin suit, it is going to be uncomfortable where you have not healed certain traumas. But if nothing else, you will at least feel them more fully and express them more fully. But just remember, the reflection from the outer world is merely mirroring to you where your inner work is. And this is what our another has learned today without any detail. She is learning where she needs to work on self-love, because until she loves herself more fully, she cannot be loved by the outside world as she desires. She can be appreciated and acknowledged and shown and told that she is an amazing human being, but the fact is, she cannot be loved until she loves herself. And when you have never loved yourself fully, how do you do that? So she has to go to her imagination to feel what she knows it should feel like. And if it is not that, then it is not that. But how do you love yourself when you are yourself? And it is not about going to get your nails done or your feet done or your hair done, or to go and, pamper yourself. That is an outer expression of love, and it is good and it is important. But what we are talking about here is finding that inner piece of you and simply loving it now. Our another was given a wonderful reminder today to go look in the mirror before she goes to sleep at night and to simply say, I love you. When she tells herself that in the mirror, while her soul looks into her soul in the mirror, it will begin to change her inner frequency, her inner resonance. And it is simple, but it is also something that you all get out of practice of doing, that self-reminder of how amazing you are. And when you find your own inner personal love language, right? So think about what you would offer to another, and then give yourself exactly that. Nothing more, nothing less. Exactly what you would wish to offer someone else. Whether it is to cook for them, to juice for them, to give them back rubs, right? To give them words of appreciation and affirmation, or to simply kiss them on the back of the neck. Whatever it is that you wish to do to show your appreciation, do that for yourself. Be creative. And therein lies the answer of how you all incorporate your body, mind, and soul into one vessel. To love yourself with that tenderness that you would desire that somebody else would offer you, because you know that that is what you are looking for in its fullness. And you know what it looks like and what it feels like and what you want more than anything else. And each of you has a different imprint. So when you finally figure out what your true love language is and you offer it fully to yourself with no excuses, saying, I am worthy, you will begin to attract more of that in the outside world. And we're not talking just romantic love. We're talking about in the professional workplace. We're talking in your friendships. We're talking within your family construct, and just the world at large, how it will treat you when it comes across you in some fashion, right? It is merely a vibration, and as we harmonize the energies of this world, you will see how it all comes together. And if it feels foreign, then it feels foreign. That is okay. It simply means that you have simply forgotten what it felt like to be loved. But as soon as you begin to remind yourselves, it will come back, because you all know inherently what the love of the divine or the Creator feels like. And so it is. Namaste.